Did you know? Before the phenomenon of year-round global shipping and trade, winter was often a very difficult time. In much of medieval Europe, this was a time when no crops grew and food was scarce, but it wasn't the only scarce time of the year, the other being the height of summer. July was another so-called hungry gap, a time when the spring crops had yet to mature, yet much hard work was necessary in the fields, gathering hay for the animals through the winter. The rich could live off the contents of their barns or buy food in, but the poor were forced to scramble around for scraps. The coarsest of grains and dried peas were like gold dust, and they even turned to rejects from last year's crop. Research has shown that the mold which grows on rye has curious properties, similar to LSD. It is an hallucinogen, causing trips not unlike those associated with the hippies of the 60s and 70s. It was observed that medieval peasants desperate for food experienced a seasonal madness, described by one researcher as a colossal, somnolent vertigo. Despite these hardships, peasants were still expected to work the land as usual. It is hardly surprising, therefore, that harvest often saw a grand festival, a celebration of plenty after a time of very little. And so the wax and wane of annual resources continued. I don't know about you, but this roller coaster lifestyle sounds exhausting. I've never been quite so grateful for the fact that this morning I simply had a piece of toast.